All right, everyone. So for the next few problems in the sections, we're going to go back to the properties of exponents that we're looking in Chapter 5 and use them with rational exponents, radicals, basically. So we have these fractional exponents now, but the same rules apply, right? So the product properties is when you have the same base with different exponents, whether they are whole numbers or negative and positive or fractions, you're gonna add, right? So same base, you add the exponents, okay? If you have one base to two exponents, they get multiplied. If you have a product or you have a fraction or a division to an exponent, then that distributes. If you have the same base and you're dividing, this should be n here, e to the n, then they will subtract, right? Anything to the power 0 is still 1, right? And if you have a base to a negative exponent, this is the reciprocal, okay? So we've used a couple of these already. All right, so let's look at some examples. So this first example here, we want to simplify. So part A says x to the 1/2 times x to the 5/6. Right, so this is that first rule, the product property, because you have the same base and you're multiplying the factors. So that means you're going to add the exponents. Right? So this is going to be x to the 1/2 plus 5/6. Right, so add the fractions either by hand or with a calculator. Right, 1/2 plus 5/6. You have to get the same denominator, so this is multiplied by 3. So this is 3/6 plus 5/6, which is 8/6. Right, so this is x to the 8/6. And you can reduce this fraction, they both divide by 2. You get x to the 4/3. Alright, it's okay to keep it like this. If you want to write it in terms of radical, this is going to be cube root of x to the 4. So that's a good answer too. Alright, let's look at B. So we have z to the 9 to the 2/3. This rule right here is the power property, one base with two exponents, so they multiply the exponents. So we have z to the 9 times 2/3. Alright, so this is z to the 18/3, which simplifies to give me z to the 6. Alright, so integer exponent, so this is not going to change to a radical. Alright, let's look at part C. X to the 1/3 over x to the 5/3. We're going to subtract exponents now. So this is x to the 1/3 minus 5/3, which is x to the negative 4/3. And this is an okay answer, but we can simplify further. If you don't want negative exponents, this is 1 over x to the 4/3, which is 1 over cube root of x to the 4. So this is probably a better answer, more simplified. All right, that's it for these.